Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we will see the design and development of this beautiful dashboard in Microsoft Excel. Alright, so you can see our today's topic is HR Analytics dashboard, and the data which we will be using for this particular design and development, it is a dummy data. We are not using any organizational data here. And the data for you to practice, I will put the link in the description box of this video, from where you can download and you can practice in your system. Alright. So you can see this dashboard is completely interactive and dynamic because I have used some of the filters or slicers, we can say, by which this dashboard will be operated. Alright, so you can see in this dashboard, if I operate with respect to this particular slicers, like for gender, you can see this is completely dynamic. Alright, and I have used some extra filters as well, and if I'm operating this, you can see the data is changing with respect to that education field, and we can take a insight from this particular dashboard, or HR department can take a insight from this dashboard, like with respect to education fields, how the company is performing and all those things. All right, and this dashboard is focused on attrition, right? So attrition is nothing but the employees who are leaving the company. All right, so how many employees are leaving by age, by gender, by marital status, by job role, etc. So we have one more filter like department. If you can see, whenever I'm operating this, the values are changing with respect to that as well. Alright, so let's discuss on different components which are there on this particular dashboard. If you can see on the top, I have mentioned a title for this particular dashboard, and on the right, if you can see, this is the job satisfaction rating. We have a small donut charts which give us the rating. So whenever I'm operating the filter, you can see the rating is changing with respect to that, and I have applied a stars over here, right? So if you can see overall rating right now for total company out of 4, if we can say, it is 2.6, right? So whenever I'm operating the filters, it is changing with respect to that, right? So we can see for technical degree, it is almost 4 star is there, right? So we will design this as well. Then we have used some of the KPIs here, like 5 KPIs are there, which is called KPI card, which gives the overall performance of that company. It is an key point indicator, like which gives overall idea of your particular HR department, right? Then we have some charts over here, like you can see the total employees by gender, how we are designing it. There are small donut charts which I have used. Then some shapes are there. Then we have education wise attrition, which bar, we can see horizontal bar chart is used. Then we have attrition by job role, where we have used tree map, right? Then we have what we can say department wise attrition, which is a pie chart. Then attrition by group, which is called as a frequency chart, also we call it as a column chart. Then we have a funnel chart which gives an idea about attrition by marital status, like for divorced, married, and single employees. And then we have a filter panel which takes these 2 filters. You can add many more filters if you want, depending upon the requirement. All right. So we will see the design of this dashboard from start to end in this particular video. We will see how to design each and every chart. All right. And if you want to explore more visualization tools like Tableau or Power BI, so by using same topic and same data, I have also developed a dashboard for Power BI and Tableau. You can go ahead and check it out. I will put the link in the description box, and you can see that as well if you are interested. All right. And also, before starting the video, I request you all, because this takes up so much of effort, like to design and develop this and then make a video out of it. So I request you to please subscribe the channel, like the video, so it can be reached to many of the aspirants or many of the students who are looking to learn this Excel dashboarding, or MIS we can say. And also you can turn on the notification bell, so that whenever a new video on Excel or any of the tool comes, it will be notified to you and you can learn from that. All right. So before wasting much time, I will take a new sheet and I will show you the data which we are using. So this is a new sheet, a fresh sheet which we are going to use, and this is the data which I have already converted into what we can say a table. You just have to press Ctrl T and it will be converted into table. And if you can see the total amount of data which we are having, it is almost 1500 data is there. Okay, so it is a dummy data, and we have almost 44 columns, or 40 to 44 columns are there. All right. So by using this amount of data, we can make many dashboards, but for this particular video, I've only made one dashboard, and I request you to explore more and more columns are there. Try to understand the data, and you can prepare many more dashboard out of this. All right. And as I always say, before starting your dashboard design of any particular visualization tool, or for any domain, first always remember to study the data. All right. If you already have studied the data, it is very much easy for you to create a dashboard from that. All right. So 70% or 60% of work is nothing but studying the data, how the data is, or what we can say, populated or brought into the database, and at what level it is, from what granularity is flowing to the lowest granularity. If you have idea of this data, then it will be very easy for you to make a dashboard from it. Okay, for me, I have already studied the data, I've already made a dashboard, and I'm only repeating for you into this video. So I know how the data is there, and what are the different parameters, what are different fields used here. So this will be easy for me, but for you, I request you first spend some time on data and then start your visualization, right? So this was about data. Now we will see the step-by-step visualization. So if you can see in this dashboard, first we will design these KPIs, okay? Then we will design the star ratings, and then one by one we will go ahead and design these charts, okay? And once one by one this is designed, we will simultaneously add them into the dashboard, all right? And then we can see how it is made. All right, so I have already taken a new sheet here, and we will see the step-by-step information here. All right, and from this dashboard, you will also learn come to know how to use pivot tables. You might have studied pivot table where it gives summary of all the data which we are having in aggregated format. All right, so let's start. So first, what we will do, this data which we are having. So we will create our first pivot table, which is used to create the KPIs. All right. So I will go in insert. Okay, and insert, you can see we have a pivot table option, right? So we will create a pivot table, and if they are asking you if you want to create a new sheet, or sorry, on new worksheet, or you want it on a existing worksheet. So we will always go on new worksheet, because it will be not a messy data on one single sheet only. Whenever you become an expert, you can create it on all everything on a single worksheet only. But a good practice is to create separate on separate worksheet, so it will be easy for you to later debug or change anything if anything comes from your customer. So I will create on new worksheet. I will click on OK. Okay, and so first what I will do, I will just pin my this tabs. So I will always show ribbon, and so my these tabs are always visible. So whenever I'm clicking on this particular dialog box or pivot table, these pivot table fields are been activated. All right, and they are asking us to drag and drop the respective fields into respective what we can say card, like rows, values, filters, and automatically it will give us the summarized data, aggregated data here. All right, so now first thing what we have to do, I will go in this pivot table analyze option. So whenever I'm going into this pivot table analyze option, so it is activated only when we are clicking on this particular list. Okay, so we can see this is activated, and here it is asking the pivot table name. Okay, so always give the name here, like I will mention it as KPI because we are designing the KPI. So this will be required for us when we are giving the slicer connections. Okay, means whenever we are inserting any slicer, that particular slicer connections we have to give to different pivot tables. So how to search our pivot tables, at that time the name will be easy for us to, and we can directly jump to that particular pivot table. As well as I will change the sheet name as to KPI. All right, so we are designing our KPI first. So what we want first is, you can see we want the total employees. Okay, so let's find out the total employees. For that we have one column, that is employee number. Okay, if you can go into data and search for employee number, so you can see each row have an unique number. So this is nothing but an employee number. All right, so we will go ahead and we will use that particular column. So I will go in KPI, and I will add the employee number into, so let's say rows. All right, and no, let's put it into values because we want the sum of it, or whatever we want to take. So it is taking sum of that. Why? Because uh, default aggregation is taken as sum in Excel. So it is taking sum of each and every number. We don't want sum of each and every number, we want count of it, right? So for each row it will be counting as one value. So what we can take, we will go ahead and we will change the field value settings. So from here there is a small drop down, you have to go on that, and from here what we will do, we will click on count and we will click on OK. So we are getting our total employee count. All right, the next what we have to do, so see, whenever clicking outside it will be deactivated. So you have to click on that particular pivot table, whatever the dialog box has been created, or later when you are creating any value, you have to click on that. All right, and if let's say if it has gone, so if you have by mistakenly you have cut that particular window, so how to bring that back? So click on this particular values which are generated from pivot table, then go in pivot table analyze option, and here you have field list, just click on that, it will come back again. All right, so this is what it is important, so many people get confused who are beginners. All right, the next KPI which we want is attrition. So for that we have column, that is CF attrition count. Okay, so we will just take and that and put it into value. So this is the total attrition. Then we want is these two values. So before that what I will calculate is the average age. Okay, so for age what we have a value here is age, and I will just take it and put it into values. Okay, but we don't want sum of that, so we will change again. We will click on this particular small drop down, field value settings, and we will convert it into average and click on OK. So this is the average. And okay, all right, so these three KPIs we have created. We need to create an active employees and attrition rate. So how to find the active employees? So always remember, guys, whatever the data or the values which are generated from pivot table, okay, we cannot take directly them into the dashboard. We have to extract them outside the pivot table. Okay, so this is very important point. I will show you why we cannot use, but for now I will extract it outside. So this is what our total employees. I will create one more small table here. These are our total employees. Then this is our attrition count. All right. Then this is our average age, and we want to determine active employees, and we want the attrition rate. All right. So these values we already have for total employees. Just I will press is equal to, and I will select this value. Okay, and I will click enter. So whatever value it will be changing here, it will change here as well. All right. So let's see an example. So first I will take all extract all the values. Then we want to take the attrition count as well. So I will just click OK. Is equal to, we want the average age as well. So I will just click on OK. All right. Now we want to determine the active employees, and before that I will show you how these values are changed. So I will just click on our pivot table, go in pivot table, analyze. I will insert a slicer. Slicer is nothing but the filter which we will be using here. So for now I will just enter a gender filter, small filter. I will and click on OK. So see, now whenever I'm clicking on this, these values are changing, but these are also extracted from here itself. So those will also change. See, for male, female, you can see both values are changing. All right. So this is nothing but when we click on this particular clear filter option, it will select all the values in that particular filter. Right. The next one what we want is active employees. The active employees is nothing but difference between total employees and attrition count. Attrition count is nothing but 237 employees have left the company, or we can say they have switched to another job. So what are our active employees? It is nothing but total minus our attrition count. So this is nothing but our active employees. All right. Then we want to determine attrition rate. Rate is nothing but it is in the form of percentage. So what is the attrition rate? It is nothing but attrition count divided by total number of employees. So it will be what is equal to attrition count divided by total number of employees. Okay. All right. So now you can see whenever I'm clicking on this filter, the values are changing with respect to that. So this is now something dynamic. Why? Because it is created from this pivot table. All right. Then next thing, we want this into percentage, so we will convert it into percentage. We have a small here, what we can say a number conversion here, sorry, and we will increase our decimal points to 2. And for average age is always calculated in a whole number. So what we can say a fractionless number. So I will just remove all the decimal points from here. So we have an option here to remove the decimal points, and we will make it a perfect number. All right. So now we can see whenever I'm operating this slicer, the numbers are changing with respect to that, and I will just click on OK. All right. So this is what our KPIs has been created. So now before going ahead, I will simultaneously prepare our dashboard also. All right. So now we will start putting these values in our dashboard. So first what I will do, I've already created a background for our dashboard. So whenever I'm going into this background, so I have a sheet created here. So I will open this. So this sheet has been opened. So if we can see here, one second. All right. So if you can see, I will just full screen mode. So this background I have already created in PowerPoint, and you can use the same background. So we just have to copy from here and we have to put it into our Excel sheet, the wherever we are using that. So if you can see, this is a few backgrounds which I have already created for you. So these are few backgrounds which I already have created. All right. So you can take any of background whichever you find beautiful. You can take that and you can use that in your dashboard. All right. So if you want a separate video on how to create these beautiful backgrounds, I will let me know in the comments. I will definitely create a video where you can create a beautiful backgrounds for your own dashboards. All right. Take this into our dashboard. What we will do, we will just go ahead and select this. Okay. So I've already grouped all the elements which are there, and I've already grouped into a single element. So whenever I'm clicking on this particular what we can say layout, so everything is selected. So I will just press Ctrl C and everything will be copied because I've already grouped those. And I will go into our Excel sheet where whatever we are preparing, and we will go into our new sheet, and what we will do, we will just copy it, paste it here. All right. And I will just reduce my zoom size, and you can see this has been copied over here. And I will just take it a little up, and I will just adjust to it right. All right. So you can see our layout has been copied. You can use any layout, guys, whichever you find beautiful. You can go ahead and use that layout. I will put the layout as well into our description box, where you can go ahead and download the layouts as well. Okay. If you can see in the layouts, I will show you. So if let's say if you want to change the color of this particular layouts into your own color, so what you have to do. So this is whenever I'm clicking once, everything will be selected. But whenever I click again, you can see each and every elements can be selected. So what you have to do, you have to just select each and every elements from here, and you can just right click, and then you can go into format objects, and you can go into fill options. So whatever fill options you have to give, you can give any color if you want. So this color, if you find this color beautiful for your background, you can go ahead and choose that. If you want this beautiful color, this is also good. And if you want to change the background of this particular background, like this black background or some grayish background which you have, if you change that color, so you once click, it will be selected all, and you just have to create an outside shape, and you just have to create the format shape. Go here, and you can change the from here color as well. You can see the background has been changed likewise. All right. Or you can, if you want dark blue. So this is also one way where you can change your background color. You can change your own color settings, and you can use that into your dashboard. All right. And there are some recommended options which I have already gave you. You can use any of these, or you can use your own. All right. So let's move to our dashboard design, and this is the background for this video I will be using. And first thing first, what we have to do is I will give or first I will start applying the KPIs over here. The dashboard name I will give later. So what I will do, what we want here is, if you can see our this dashboard, what we are doing, we are giving a header, and then we are copying that value, or we are bringing that value over here, and we have some small icons here. So first I will do, I will go ahead and go to our dashboard, go to insert, and in we have to add a text box here. I will just click on text box, and I will just draw a text box here, and I will name it as total employees. Alright, and I will select this. You can go in shape format, sorry, select this. Okay, see, once selected, it will select the total entire shape. You have to click once again, so then this shape will be selected. Then you have to go in shape format, and in shape fill you have to say no fill, and in shape outline you have to say no outline. So we don't want any fill, and we don't want any border to this. Okay, then what we'll see, we will select everything, and then we will go in home, and I want to change the font of this, so I will be using a Lato black font. Okay, so this font is not available already in Excel or Excel 365, whichever crack version, or what we can say 365 version you are using. You have to go ahead in Google, and you have to type Lato black font, and you have to download it, you have to install it, and the workbook which is already open, you have to close it and reopen the workbook, and that then float font will be still displayed in your system. All right. So for now I will make it as 14 for me, 14 font. I will just take sorry, Lato black, and I will take it a little up. All right, so this is my font which I will be using, and I will use a color for this. A font color which I will be using is, I will go ahead and I will use this for more colors, and in custom colors I will go, and I will go ahead and choose my color. So let me see what color I have chosen. So we will be using the same color. So we will just go in home, and I will select this, go in home, and go in here. So this is the color which we are using. I will just go in more colors, and I will copy this color code. So we will come back to our dashboard, go in home, go in colors, more colors, custom, and we will copy our color code over here. Okay, perfect. So the color code which we have used, let me show you that again. So you can type there, you can type over there also. It's not that much of hard. So this is the color code which I am using, hashtag 602928. Okay, so this is the color code. Then we will create one more text box. So I will go in insert and text box, and I will create a text box over here. So right now what we have to do, we have to bring our value over here. So this value we have to bring it over here. So what we will do, select our text box. Okay, there should be no cursor. Okay, we just have to select it from outside. Okay, so just select our text box, then go in our formula bar, press is equal to, go to in KPIs options, and select this value and press enter. Okay, so I will just repeat again what you have to do. Okay, so just let me delete this first. So select this text box. Okay, so you can see there is one cursor blinking. The cursor should not blink. Select the outline of this text box. Okay, whenever I'm selecting this, only text box is selected, no cursor is there. Go in formula bar, press is equal to, then go to KPI, sheet, this KPI sheet, and select this and press enter. So why we are using this? Because we are taking the reference from that KPI sheet. So whenever value in that particular sheet changes, the changed value will be changed in our particular dashboard as well. All right. So now we'll quickly format this. Again, go to shape format, and in shape fill we will say no fill, and in shape outline we will say no outline, because we don't want any border to this. Then again we will go to home, and we will choose our font as Leto Black. All right. And then we will use a font as 26. Font size I will just put in center, and font is Leto Black. Right, perfect. And the text color for this which we will be using is this one. Okay, the dark blue color. In standard color you can see this is the dark blue color which we'll be using. Just click on OK, and our first KPI has been created. All right. So first we will create all the KPIs. All right, and then I will mention how to add the shapes over here. All right. So if I go in our this sheet, you can see our first KPI has been created. Same we have created here as well. Okay. So what we can do, I will just increase the size of this a little bit. We can make it 15. Okay, this looks fine. All right. So now next thing what we have to do is we have to create similar way we have to create the same KPI. So for this what we will do, I will select this two. Okay, and I will just control C and control V. Okay, we are just copying it and pasting it, and I'll bring it over here. All right, and we can change this name. We want it as attrition. All right, and from home we can go and we can put it at center, and I will just put a little up. So I will just align it properly for me to see, like in that fit that in this particular box. The next thing what we have to bring the value from there. So click on outside. We don't want this value, just delete this, keep is equal to at least, go again in KPI, and we want our attrition count. Select this and press enter. Okay, now what we will do, again we will go ahead and quickly format this. So next thing what we are using here is Lato Black is our font. So I will choose this again. So I will fast forward this, and you can follow the same steps again. So this is Lato Black, and the font which we are using is 26. All right. So the same way again what we will do, again control. So we have already designed our KPIs. So next thing what we will do, I will change the background here as well. So I will go in wave, and I will hide the grid lines, and go in file, sorry, in home, and I will choose the background from here as this. All right. So this looks nice. So we have already created our KPIs. The next thing what we have to do is we will have to add this what we can say, the job rating. So what we can do is before that what we can do is we will just add our shapes over here. Okay, so to add the shapes into our dashboard, whatever shapes I will be using, I will add those as well into in the description link. In the same Excel sheet, I will create one different Excel sheet with data, and all the shapes I will just paste it over there. You can use the same shapes. So what I will do, I will for now I have already created those shapes. I have already have these shapes here. So for employees, I will be opening this, and I will just go ahead and copy this. Okay, so once again I will copy this, go to our Excel sheet, and just Control V. All right, so I will just make it a little bit smaller, and I will paste this over here. All right, so in similar way you have to place all the shapes to their respective KPIs. So I will just do it as immediately. So I will just copy this, Control V, just make it smaller. So these are our active employees which are working right now. Okay, so employee working is nothing but the active employee, and just close this. And for other shapes I will go ahead and take this, just copy this, paste it over here, and this is for my attrition rate. All right, then the next one is take the age, copy, Control V, this is for my age. Then we want attrition one, so this will be for attrition. Just copy this, will be bring it over here. All right, so these are where our shapes. So what I will do, I will just increase the font size of this. So I will select all of them, okay, at once, and I will increase the font, and I will make it as, let's say, 18, and I will just, okay, 18, and I will just take them a little up. All right, so this looks nice, guys. So our KPIs has been created. So next thing we will just name our dashboard as well. So I will go and insert a text box. We will add a text box over here, and we will name our dashboard as HR analytics dashboard. Okay, then we will select our text box again. We will go in shape format, and we will say no fill and no outline. Then we will go at home, and we will choose the font as black. Okay, and I will just increase the size to 32. We can make it as 36 also. Right. And if you want, we can increase this to 40. That's too large. 38, no, 37. Okay, this is good. And we will change the color to blue. All right. And I will add a logo for HL Analytics dashboard as well. So this is the logo which we are going to use. I will just copy and paste here. Oops. Copy, copy. Okay. Perfect. So our what we can say, the KPIs and the dashboard naming has already been done. So next what we have to do is we have to add a job satisfaction rating over here. All right. So to do that, first we will give the names over here first immediately. And for that, first we will add our shape. For that shape, we will be using this shape. I will just copy, and I will go ahead and add that shape over here. All right, and we will insert a text box as well. And this is the text box, and I will name it as job satisfaction rating. All right, and same we have to do. We have to say no field and no line. We'll go in home. We will change the font to Lato black. We will center it, and we will make the font as 14, or if we can make it as 16 is also fine. And we will change our this color. Okay, so it's too big, so we will decrease the font. We'll make it as 14. All right. So this looks good. So now what, just we have to add our ratings over here. So before that, what we have done here is, guys, if you can see into our this dashboard, we have added one donut chart with a small donut chart, and then we have added a rating. For rating, what we have done, we have added a stars over here, and behind that there is one more bar chart. So how to do that, that is important. I will show you how to do that. So first let me take this a little this side. You just have to do many adjustment in Excel. It is very much easier to do in Power BI and Tableau, because those are spatial visualization tool. Excel take a little much effort to do, but yeah, we can manage that much. All right. So for to make this, first what we will do, we will go ahead in our this particular data, and first we will create a pivot table. So I will just go in insert, and I will create a pivot table. Okay, on new sheet, and same we have to change the name. So I will just name it as rating, and we will name the sheet as well as rating. Right. So for that, what we have is a job satisfaction rating. Job satisfaction one field is there. and we will go ahead and put it into values, and instead of sum we will take it as average. Okay, so this is our overall job satisfaction rating. So just what I will do, I will uh, keep it up to one single decimal point. All right, and now from here we have to create our pie chart, or what we can say, first we will create a donut chart. So for that I will take, here is what I will do, I will take, I will extract the values, these values outside of the pivot table to create a donut chart. All right, so for this I will take, this is the my rating and total. So out of, or what we can say, remain, or we can say balance rating, we can name it as balance rating. Okay, so this is what, this is our total rating. So it is 2.6% is equal to, what is our balance? So our total rating is maximum is 4 and minimum is 1. So if it is maximum is 4, so I will just negative it from -4, and this we want to 2 decimal points. Okay, so this is what 2.6 plus 1.4 is nothing but total is 4 of ratings, because out of 4 how many ratings has been given by that particular employee about his experience in that company. All right, or we can say the job satisfaction ratings. So now next thing what we have to do, we have to create a percentage from this. Okay, so what we will do, we will create a percentage. So we will take this divided by the total of all the ratings. So this is nothing, total is nothing but divided by 4. We will just click on 4, and I will just decrease it down. So you can say the total job satisfaction rating is 2.6 out of how much, 1 point, like out of 100, 65% is the good job satisfaction ratings, and 0.34 this is a good satisfaction rating. All right, the next thing, what we can do is we can create a pie chart from here. So I'll just select this, I will go in insert and go here, and I will select the pie chart. All right, so this is our pie chart. The next thing what we will do, we will have to design this pie chart. So but we don't want the title, so we just delete this, and we don't want the legend as well. Okay, so this is the pie chart which we will be using. So I will just make it a little smaller and keep it over here, and we will try to insert a slicer and see if everything looks good. So I will just insert a slicer, not a timeline, insert a slicer of gender. Click on OK. So let's see if it's working fine for male or female. Yeah, it is working. You can see the values are changing with respect to that. All right, the next thing what we will do, I will copy this and we will bring it into a dashboard. Okay, I will name the sheet as dashboard, and we will paste it over here, and we will try to adjust it over here. All right, so now we will quickly format this object or this particular donut chart. So just right click and click on format chart area. In fill, say no fill, we don't want any fill to this chart area, and we don't want any border line as well. Okay, so now when you can see, it is clean right now. So select again, and now we want to change the colors for this. Okay, so whatever the colors we are using here, I will not use the same colors which I have used in my this dashboard. I will try to use some different colors. Okay, so or if you can see, if I find some colors here, I can use same colors. So now click on this particular bar chart. Okay, so this is selected. On internal, this particular pies you have to click. Okay, then go to this, what we can say, this series options, and we will decrease the size one. Okay, we can make it 70. All right, then go to this first one. Okay, the first what we can say pie which is in this color, what we can say, orange color, select on that, and then go to fill option, and in fill option actually choose this. Okay, make it as a gray one. Okay, and click or choose the transparency as let's say 5%. Okay, and then next select this one, the outer part, that is blue one, and for this blue we are going to use different color, that is gradient one. Okay, and in this gradient color what I will choose, I will just delete this, select this and delete this, select this, delete. We don't want only, we want only two gradients, so I will just select the first one, and I will choose yellow for this, and for this I will just choose the green one. What we have done, we have done it for border, we don't want border here, so we'll just click on no, and we want it to for fill. Okay, we don't want to do it for border, we want it for fill, so I will go in gradient again, and I will change here. For this first I will take as this dark blue, for second we will be taking as, for this we will be taking it as this one, or we will take this green. All right, so this looks nice. And again, for go to second, another pie which we have selected, which we created a white color for it, and for this again say no border. All right, and in solid fill, this is already we have done already this. Okay, so you can see our this has already been created, so we will just increase a little bit size of this. and we will place it properly so it's fitted in this particular area nicely. And the next thing what we have to do is we have to give a small KPI over here. All right, so what we will do, we will go in insert and we will create a text box and we will add it over here, and we will select that text box. We don't want any cursor. We will click is equal to, we will go in rating and we want this rating to be displayed, and we should go okay. We will increase a little bit size for this, and we will go in home, center, middle. We will choose the font as like a black. Okay, and we will make the color as blue. Okay, and go in the shape format. We don't want any outline and we don't want any fill for this. All right, so looks nice. So this, our donut chart has also been created. The next thing what we have to do is we have to create the star rating over here. All right, so for that star rating, what we have to do, we will go into our same pie chart, or what we can see in same rating option, or in the sheet we have already created. I will just control C and I will create control V over here. So I will create another pie chart, but here we don't want a job satisfaction rating. What I will do, for job ratings, or we can use the same as well. So I will just close this, and from these two values I will create a bar chart. So I will just delete this for now, and we have these two values. So just go in insert and we can create a chart from here. I will take it as a stack bar chart. Okay, so this is our stack bar chart. We don't want title, delete this. We don't want axis, delete. We don't want the labels, we don't want the grid lines. We just hide the grid lines as well. And now select this chart. Okay, outer part of the chart, right click and go to select data, and here you can see switch row and columns. We just have to switch it over here. Okay, oops, click on outer part, then go to select data, switch. Okay, and just go ahead here and we can click on axis. Okay, we want the axis. So now we can see why we want the axis. I will tell you. So you can see it is ranging from 0 and it is up to 4.5, but we want it up to only 4. So we will change our axis manually instead of directly going in, taking automatic whatever Excel is choosing for us. We will do it manually. So we will click on format axis. Okay, so minimum, it is saying the minimum we want it as 0 and the maximum we want it as 4. Click enter. So you can see our axis has been modified, and now we can see with respect to our male female as well, a slicer it is changing. So I will add one more slicer, which is the education field, and we can see if it is working properly for this as well. So I will add education field and let's see if it is working. Yeah, it's working fine. Okay, so I will just now delete this. We don't want this as well, and we want a clean bar chart. Okay, so what we will do, we will increase the what we can say the size of the bar. So I will just right click on bars. Okay, and go in format series and go in this series options. Okay, and you can see the gap width. I will increase the gap width, sorry, decrease the gap width, make it up to 0. Okay, means what it will be, from end to end of these borders the chart will be filled into this particular area. All right, so this is what we have created, the bar chart. So after creating our bar chart, which is a converted form of stack bar chart, we have just switched the data series. We have created this bar. We need to create an stars. Okay, so like we will have to create a shape of stars behind which this will go, and then we will be using our star rating. So what we will do for that, we need a PowerPoint. So we will go in PowerPoint, and here we will create our stars. Okay, so go in insert and go in shapes, and below in stars and banners we have a star over here. So I will click here and I will create a star. Okay, all right, so this is fine. Then I will just, we want 4 stars, so I will copy this and I will paste it 3 times. Okay, and then I will bring it over here and align it properly, or if it is not aligned, that is also fine. Just I will bring it over here and I will just select all of them, and I will align it to middle is nothing but it is aligned properly in perfect horizontal shape, and I will just go and align and I will distribute it horizontally. So what does this, it distributes the stars horizontally in perfect manner. All right, and if you want, if you can bring them a little closer as well. And right, so this is fine. Now what we want a rectangular shape which will be on which will be created over them exactly. Right, so this looks fine. I will just take it a little up, and now what we will do, I will select that rectangular shape and I will send to back. Okay, I will send it to backward. All right, and I will just select the shape and I will take it make sure that the stars are perfectly in vertical way, they are in middle. So I will just select our background shape first, that is a rectangular, then select all the stars by pressing the control. Okay, make sure the rectangular shape is selected first, then go in shape format go in merge and just subtract. Okay, so what will happen now? We have subtracted. So what we can see that our only single shape is there now, and you can see it has been created nicely. So we will be using this same into our dashboard. All right, so I will just copy this for now, and we will go into our Excel, go to our dashboard and copy here. And this is what we will be using over here. So I will just increase the size a little bit. Oops, and we will use this. Okay, so now first I will take it down a little bit. Right, and now we will take our ratings and we will add it over here. Okay, so this is this will take some time for you because it should be perfectly aligned, guys. Okay, make sure it is perfectly aligned and it should be fitted properly into our stars. Okay, it will take some time for you to format this. So first what I will do, I will just click in chart area and I will create no fill, no line. Okay, and I will choose this solid color to be as this one, and for this I will choose the color as white. Okay, and then we will try to bring this to our shape and click on this shape, right click and bring to front, or we can say click on this, sorry, and we can send this to back. Control Z, we will delete this and we will again bring it from this. Control C and paste it over here. All right, Control V. Okay, looks nice. Just increase the size. Right, so just I will take it down and we will increase the size of this. All right, so then we will click on format shape and we will say for this as not a no fill, we will fill it with white color. All right, and we will go this and we will say no line here. So you can see this has been done. So this will take some a little formatting for you. So I will go again to the shape and I will go to edit format shape and I will increase the transparency to, let's say, 10%, or not 10%, we will increase to 5%. Perfect. So I guess not required, we will keep at 0 and we will choose this color. All right, this looks nice. So this has been created, guys. So our star ratings has been applied properly. So make sure you first copy the chart and then you copy the star rating because it was not going back, right? We want to send it to back, but it was not going. So first bring our that particular chart from star rating, this bar chart. Copy this to dashboard first, and then bring your other one to the sheet, right? So this is how it will work. And if you want, we can increase the size of a little bit, so it will look perfectly nice. This is fine, and we will take it up again. All right, and if you want, we can bring our slicer and see how it works on dashboard. Perfect. So for 3 it looks perfectly nice, and for 4 3.9 it looks this nice. Delete. Okay, I will click it on all, and this job satisfaction rating has also been done. So we have completed our top charts, or what we can say KPIs, and our job satisfaction ratings, and our the title, everything. So next part is remaining is charts.